Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Bayern Munich Career Mode series, and this will be the 21st episode of the series, and it is going to be the season finale of the first season here. This first season has gone really quickly actually, and I want to thank you guys for all the support you've given on it from episode 1. In this episode in particular, we are going to be playing the Deutsche Pokal final against Dortmund, and we are also then going to be playing the Champions League final against Arsenal, and at that point we will have finished the first season. I won't be starting season 2 till the next episode though, because I do want to get a few things ready, and I also want you guys to let me know in the comments below what players you think we should sign for the second season. I have begun to draft up a bit of a short list with a few players that we could potentially sign, and if you think we should sign anyone in particular, feel free to let me know in the comments below. We do have an email in the inbox here saying that one of our youth players in the academy does want to get promoted. That player in particular being Igor Grabasic. He's currently 18 years old, 61 overall. He doesn't really have the best potential, but looking at his stats already, he's got good diving and kicking, and I think it's worth us taking a bit of a punt on this guy. He will be our third choice goalkeeper, and I'll go ahead and offer him a contract. And as we come to the final stages of this season, we do see some sad news here from Xabi Alonso. I'm really gutted to see this email, but it looks like he will be retiring at the end of the season, but he does want to be involved in the final game of the season. I'll try and incorporate him in some way into the Champions League final, because I really do think he does deserve it. When I played him this season, he's been a real warrior, and he's been a really good midfielder for us, and he certainly is going to go down as a legend when he one day does retire, so I will give him his wish. So Igor Grabasic has accepted his contract. He's only a showing great potential youngster, but he does look like a good one. With good diving and kicking, we only really need to train his positioning, reflexes and handling, and then he could turn into a good backup. These youth players wanting to leave are honestly like buses. You wait forever for one, and then two all of a sudden want to leave the academy, and it's actually one of our better players in the academy that does want to leave. He is 18 now, and I think it is the right time to promote him, and the Bayern board seem very much happy with us promoting all of these youth players from the academy, and as a result of that, our manager rating has gone up to an 83. Since Schwarzer is under 60 overall, we're not going to know his potential just yet until he reaches that mark. He has got good pace though, good strength, good jumping and stamina, which is good. Good aggression, needs to work on the interceptions a bit, and with the skill attributes defensively, they need a bit of work as well. We're going to be leaving the rest of these players that we have in the academy for the time being, just so they can develop physically. We do also have player contracts that are expiring that we need to deal with. For Felix Goetze, I'm not really too sure if he's going to be good enough. He's 60 overall, which is okay, but he's 19 years old now, so is he really going to turn into anything special? I'm not really too sure on that one. With regards to Julian Green though, I think it's worth signing him back up. Yes, he's only 70 at the age of 21, but I still think he could be a good squad player. And for the time being, I will only offer a contract here to Julian Green. Hopefully he does accept this one. But here we go. It's going to be time for the first of two games in this episode. This one being against Dortmund in the Deutsche Pokal final. It would be nice to get our second bit of silverware this season alongside the Bundesliga title. I'm aiming to go for the treble this season, and it's still very much on. I'm going with a really strong side for this game. Royce will be coming up against his former club. We've also got Lewandowski starting, Costa on the right. Müller and Thiago are going to be pairing up in midfield for this game. Renato Sanchez unfortunately is suspended. Boateng will be fit for the Champions League final, but I don't want to risk him for this game, so I'm going to be starting with Schüller. Aside from that though, it's business as usual, and hopefully we can get a good result in this game and get our second bit of silverware. It's been a long road to get to the final of this competition, but now it's going to be the biggest test of them all. Coming up against Dortmund, arguably the second strongest team in German football behind us, and it doesn't look like Dortmund are messing around for this game. They've got a very strong lineup going into this one. Obviously they did lose Aubameyang, so their firepower up front is a little bit weaker, but I'd say Angel Correa is still a very viable option up front, and it will be interesting to see how he does in this game. But here we go into our first cup final here. Hopefully it's a good result for us in this game, and hopefully I don't bostle it. But we've won a corner. Okay then, it's going to be Marco Royce on this corner. Whip this one into the middle. It's a good delivery, and can we win the header? Yes we can, off the bar. Very unlucky that we're not able to score that one there. They're going to get it forward down this left hand side now though, and Correa gets onto the ball, plays it inside here to Dembele. Great interception, Thiago. Let's run this one forward now with Vidal. Create a bit of space for Lewandowski maybe, who can run forward. And he's in a lot of space here. We should score this one, and we do end up scoring to make it 1-0. And with the on-rushing keeper coming out, Lewandowski was under the pressure, but it doesn't affect his finishing. And Lewandowski actually hasn't scored in the Deutsche Pokal yet this season, so that's his first goal in this competition. Lewandowski intercepts the ball, and it's really poor defending there by Dortmund. And we're going to play it forward here for Costa. Running on forward, that should be a penalty. And it's not given. I think it was a good challenge, but I can never really tell when it's going that quickly. Here goes Sebastian Röder, though, against his former club. Looking to maybe get the cross into the middle. And he does end up doing that. Correa wins the header, and it's just wide. And that probably should have at least been on target there from the Argentine. And this is really shambolic defending at the moment. It's going to fall for Weigl, who has a shot. And it's a good save by Neuer. It is going to be a corner, though, for Borussia Dortmund. A chance to equalise from this set piece. And they do get it into the middle. And again, a great save there by Neuer. And Correa somehow gets on the end of this through ball. And they've got a good chance here. We need to make sure we block off the passing runs. But he has a shot instead. And it's a good save again. And it falls for them again. We need to clear it. My God. Almost conceding there in silly fashion. That would have been a stupid goal to concede. And all I have to say as that first half comes to an end is thank God for Neuer. He's made some great saves so far. But as we go into this second half, hopefully we can extend our lead. And hopefully as well quash this potential comeback from Dortmund. And we're not able to intercept from Weigl. They've played it inside. A good little splitting pass there to Correa. And again, they're really getting these passes on point. It's here to Schürrle. Really poor defending. And we are so lucky not to concede there. That's a great save again by Neuer. Now Vidal forward here for Lewandowski. The defender's not really done too well there. We're going to go for a shot as well, but a great save there from a long-range effort. Alonso playing it inside. Can we make it 2-0? I think we've got the result shored up, surely. But it's just whether we can get that second goal just to assure the result. It's going to be played out wide here to Vidal. Trying to come inside. That's going to be a penalty. And that's a really poor challenge there by the defender. A red card as well. Jesus, that's a bit extreme. Matthias Ginter gets sent off. I think that was a very harsh red card in my opinion. But it will be Lewandowski with the chance to step up and score this penalty. And it's saved. I'm just not good at penalties this year. And that's a poor opportunity missed. So there we have it. We do end up winning this one. Even though we missed a penalty late on, we end up winning 1-0 thanks to Lewandowski's goal. It was a really good team performance. Even though we were dominated at times by Dortmund, Neuer and our defence really did well to contain them. We've already won the Bundesliga title this season, and now we're going to be picking up the Deutsche Pokal as well. I don't think these are official sort of branding and everything for it. You know, when you win the FA Cup, it's official. But I don't think it's official for this. But regardless, we do end up picking our second bit of silverware up. And it will be Philipp Lahm once again, our captain, who does end up picking up the Deutsche Pokal. We have won it. And it's a great end to what's been a really good competition for us. You could argue we didn't really have too much competition until the final against Dortmund. But I still think we had some challenges here and there. And with Philipp Lahm getting on a little bit, I think this will be one of the last times we see him picking up some silverware. I'm not too sure how much longer he's going to be at the club for. He may end up retiring, but hopefully he doesn't. Certainly a first season to remember for us here at Bayern Munich. We've won the Deutsche Pokal, we've won the league, and now hopefully we can go on and win the Champions League as well. After that game though, it is the first of the month, so we will take a little look at some of these youth scout reports. And we're looking at our German scout here, and we actually have some really tasty youth players from this scout report. After 2 months of scouting Torben Graf, I think I'm going to sign him up. He's got 76 to 94 potential, and he's also got good enough overall in my opinion for a youth player of his age. Peter Schmidt, potentially we could sign him up as well, looking like a good player for the future. But I'm certainly more impressed by this guy here, Frank Engel, I think that's how you say it. 74 to 94 potential, 48 to 66 overall. So I will go ahead and sign him up, and he's going to be a good player for the future. As if the last game against Dortmund wasn't a big enough test already, we're now going into a really big game here against Arsenal. You could argue that Borussia Dortmund are a much better side than Arsenal, at least they've got better quality players anyway. But this is a much bigger occasion. We're going to be playing the Champions League final against Arsenal, and it's going to be a tough test as well, because we have had to make quite a few changes in this game. We have Koeman starting on the right, Draxler will be starting on the left, Royce is playing up front as well. I've decided to play a few players in defence as well that aren't really too fit, but I feel like it's important that we play them anyway. I'd rather play a much stronger side but have the risk of getting them injured, because even though that's not really that good, it is the end of the season, so we can afford some injuries here and there. I'm really excited for this game because I'm confident that we can get the win, but we can't be too optimistic because we are going with a bit of a weakened side. But here we go into this game, the Champions League final against Arsenal. They've done really well to get to this far in the competition. They've staved off teams like Borussia Dortmund and some other big teams as well with some big score lines. And looking at the Arsenal lineup for this game, as expected, they've got a very strong side. They've signed players like Toprak, who's on the bench, which is a bit of a strange one, but they're pairing up with Koscielny and Mustafi. A bit of a weird signing for Arsenal as well in Jan Oblak. He's starting in this game over Petr Cech. Out of all of the silverware we've won this season so far, I really hope that we can go ahead and win the Champions League, because not only would that mean that we get the treble under our belts, but it would also mean that we complete one of our objectives as well. But it was actually deflected out for a corner, so it's going to be Arsenal here with Oxlade-Chamberlain getting the cross into the middle. And they win the header once again. I think that was El Neni with the chance there. Now it will be Koeman trying to switch the play, and that should be a good ball over the top. Hopefully we can get there, and we do. Good little bit of play there by Draxler, trying to beat the defender. Now it's Kimmich played inside here to Sanchez, keeping hold of the ball and having a shot. Oblak does well though with the save. Even though the chances in this game so far haven't really been too stellar for either side, I have to say that Arsenal have played well. Now it's going to be Oxlade-Chamberlain picking up the ball. He's probably going to go for a shot from outside the area, and does. And it's only just wide there. That was a really good opportunity to maybe take the lead. And we're going to try and play this one forward, but it looks like we have an injury. The play's been pulled back, and oh, yeah, of course. It had to be Boateng, didn't it? He's just come back from injury for this game. And once again, it's going to have to be Schuler stepping up for this one. But what's more annoying is we've got really unfit players as it is with Lahm playing in defence. And now we've already used up one substitution. And the big highlight for us at halftime is the injury to Boateng. He came back for this game after being out for a while, and I know it was a risk to play him in this game, but I wanted to field my best players possible, and as a result of that, he has picked up an injury, and hopefully he's just not going to be out for too long, because we do need him back for the start of next season. We're starting to press Arsenal a little bit more in this second half. We're going to play it here to Alonso, and back in for Alonso, and again a really good pass there actually to Royce. We'll keep running with this one and have a shot. And it's a really good goal there by Royce to make it 1-0. And it's a fantastic bit of play there by Royce just to fool a few defenders. A really good pass in the first place by Xabi Alonso. And that's only going to be his second goal in the Champions League so far, but it is going to be the one that takes us in the lead in this game. And in my opinion, we are undeservedly in front in this game. Arsenal have been a lot more threatening, but we do take the lead in this one. Ozil into Gibbs, now into Welbeck. Looking for a drag back, and he does quite well, but we do defend it. It's blocked off again. They have another shot, and what a save that is by Neuer, really keeping Arsenal out. And it's even more impressive there from the shot because it was deflected off of Hummels, and Neuer does really well to react to that one. We're getting some good build-up play going here down this left side. Here to Draxler now. And trying to cut inside. That's a really good turn actually, and we'll go for a shot maybe. We pick it up again, but it's just about scrambled away by Arsenal. I tell you what, that's the most angry I've ever seen a ref give a yellow card. He walked up to him, he's like, ugh, yeah, yellow card. Fuck you, Ramsey. Sanchez picks it up, though, from that free kick, and it's going to be Alaba now with the fake shot. Gets tackled, but it falls back to him, and Alaba's going to cut inside. It's falling for Draxler. That should be a penalty. And there we have it. We do end up winning the Champions League final. Another 1-0 victory, but I definitely feel like we deserved it. We weren't in proceedings in the first half. Arsenal had the better of chances, but they just weren't clinical enough. And then into the second half, we got one really good break, one good opportunity, which we did end up converting with Royce. And we've had a really good first season here with Bayern Munich. We won the pre-season tournament. We won the Deutsche Pokal. We also did win the league as well. Somehow, I don't know, against all the odds, we did end up winning that. And we've capped it all off here with a really good Champions League win here against Arsenal. And once again, it is Philipp Lahm picking up the trophy, and I'm very, very happy with that result. We really did play well in this game defensively, and when the chances came our way, attacking wide, we did take them very well. And again, Philipp Lahm gets the chance to celebrate with the fans with another really good high-profile win here in the Champions League. You do have have to give credit though to Arsenal as well. They did do well in the final, but they just didn't quite cut the mustard on the day. And that will be the end of the first successful season here with Bayern Munich. We are confirmed Champions League winners, and I wouldn't have wanted it to go any other way. I'm very happy with that performance, and I'm very happy that we've won the treble as well. You could say it's a bit unrealistic or a bit predictable that I've won the treble in this first season, but you've got to admit it certainly hasn't been easy for me at times, and without a doubt we have been on the brink a couple of times of being knocked out of competitions, and in my opinion we really did dodge a bullet facing some big teams. We didn't face up against Barcelona, who I think if we would have faced in the final I probably would have lost. We only just about managed to scrape a win against Real Madrid, scoring in extra time, and we only just about managed to beat Man City as well. Jerome Boateng is going to be out for another 4 weeks, which is a bit of a shame, but that does mean that he probably should be back for the start of next season. But yeah, this is where we're going to be ending off this first season of this career mode, guys, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed this episode and this first season of this career mode in general, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you are new around here as well, make sure you do subscribe. In the next episode, I will just be rounding off what's happened in this first season, but we will be going into the second season of this career mode. And if there's any players in particular that you do want me to sign, now is the time to let me know in the comments below. And if we can get over 80 likes on this episode, I'll make sure to get out the second season as soon as possible. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.